You're laying off employees, you're bringing employees back, you're trying to keep the jobs that you've created over 13 years available for people, and it's a real challenge to try to keep 3 businesses going with no support. Good morning, Cuomo. My name is Todd Powers. I'm the owner-operator of the Gutter Bar. When we opened Brooklyn, we were the first bowling alley to open in 40 years in Brooklyn. We were open for about 7-8 years, and people started coming to me and saying, we love that we get to bowl, that there's a place that you can actually do this in Brooklyn, but I wish you could do it in my neighborhood. For 5 years, I looked for a space. It's really hard to find space big enough to open a bowling alley in the denser areas. And I found one in Queens. I opened that one up. From that, I was actually approached to open the first bowling alley ever in Lower East Side, which is an amazing, vibrant, diverse neighborhood that had never had that activity before. So it was really neat to do it. The 3 locations provided close to 100 jobs. As of last week, we were all closed. After dealing with everything that has happened over the last 9 months and the challenges that New York City presents in general, I doubt I would ever attempt to open another location in New York City. It's never easy to run a business in New York City. You're always dealing with the many different city agencies, state agencies, but it's generally fair and worth it, and we're willing to put the time and effort in to do that. Since COVID, New York State has decided that we can just all wait to see what the Fed is going to do, and I don't think that's acceptable. It's hard to come up with any plan because we're not being given any indication of how it's going to be dealt with at the state level. I can look at what's happening with the virus, I can look at what's happening with the vaccine, and I can make educated decisions on that, but it certainly is not being helped by the decisions that are being made by the government, as we saw from the statistics the governor showed us the other day when he was shutting us down. We're not able to generate any revenue when we're forced to be closed. Landlords are still expecting people to pay rent. We continue to pay for our liquor license fees even though we're not allowed to use them. They are getting plenty of money from us, and this is a time of need for our businesses. Along with the people of the state, they should be figuring out ways to give it back. There are other states that have taken the step of passing their own laws and providing help, aid to businesses. I love New York City. I think it's the greatest city in the world. I would love to open all my bowling alleys in New York City, but at a certain point, the idea that the state doesn't really want to support us, care to support us in our time of need, makes me want to walk away from that. I really would like to see him come down to the city and sit down and talk to some of us, and maybe we can work together to figure out. It's been a long 9 months, but it's not over yet, but I think there's a way out, and if we work together, I think it could be a lot less painful. I hope that he pays attention.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't have a lot of faith in him, but
yeah,
it's a shame.